Hi all, welcome back to my channel. Police in Colton, California held a press conference announcing they've made an arrest in the case of missing couple Daniel and Stephanie Menard and their little dog Cuddles, who were last seen on August 24th of 2024 leaving their home at the Olive Dell Nudist Ranch. The couple's disappearance has been a mystery since their car was found abandoned about a half-mile down the road from their home, and all their belongings, including their cell phones and wallets, and Stephanie's walking cane, were all found left at their home. After receiving a credible tip about a person of interest in their disappearance, a SWAT team tore the house next to the Menards' home apart, looking for their next-door neighbor. They say they found him hiding in a space under his house after hours of trying to get him to cooperate and come out, and they arrested him and charged him with murder. But according to police, they still have not located Daniel, Stephanie, or Cuddles. They just say they have information indicating that the couple is no longer alive, and their neighbor was behind it all. And they believe their bodies are still somewhere in or under his home. Let's pray Cuddles is still okay and will be found safe soon. Here's the press conference update about the arrest and charges. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more true crime stories.
It looks like they're about to start a news conference here, the public information officer from the Redlands Police Department here. Let's go ahead and listen in. We'll let you watch this news conference here.
Okay. Good morning. Last night, or yesterday afternoon, Redlands Police conducted a search of a residence here at the Olive Dell Resort for a person of interest involved in the disappearance of Dan and Stephanie Menard. Last night at about 9:30, we located that subject and he was arrested. He's been charged with murder in the couple's death. The suspect is Michael Royce Sparks, 62 years old, and he was a neighbor of Dan and Stephanie's. This morning, Redlands Police are back out on scene. Last night, there was significant damage that was done to the suspect's residence when we broke in to search it, and we had to secure the scene overnight to make sure that it was safe for personnel to enter. So this morning we're waiting for that to be shored up so that we can begin a search. We have cadaver dogs that will be here from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, and we will be using those to try to locate the victims, Dan and Stephanie. We are confident that they are deceased and that they are still here on the property. And I'm available to take any questions.
Has he given you any information on where to locate the bodies?
I can't speak to anything that he said, but we are confident that the bodies are here on site.
Has he been cooperative?
Let me say that he surrendered voluntarily. I won't say he's been cooperative, but he did surrender voluntarily last night after lengthy negotiations.
Any more details on the relationship between the couple and the neighbor?
I can only say that he's their neighbor. I'm not going to speak to what their relationship was.
When you say you're confident the bodies are on the property, do you mean inside this home as well? His home?
We believe the bodies are on the site of his home, yes.
And how did you find him? I know you were looking for him last night. What ultimately led you to him?
Yesterday morning, Redlands Police were on site simply conducting further investigation, searching the area, knocking on the doors of neighbors. While we were here on site, we received information from a source that a person who was involved in their disappearance was here on the property. At that point, we locked down the property and we began the investigation and the attempt to locate and contact him. We did ultimately go to his home. We tried several attempts to contact him with no contact whatsoever, and eventually we did bring in equipment from the Riverside Sheriff's Office called a TAC CAT that we used to breach the home, make entrance, and then used remote video to search the area. Last night at about 9:30, we did locate him, and after some negotiation with him, he did surrender voluntarily.
Was he here?
Was he?
Any idea of his own motive? Why would he do this?
I'm not going to speak to motive. He was here in his home.
He was in the home.
Yes. He was under the home. Let me clarify that. He was under the home.
On that note, someone who was a neighbor told us that he has some sort of tunnel underneath his home, and yesterday when SWAT responded, I saw their truck kind of fell inside. Are you able to confirm that it appears like there may be a tunnel or some type of room he had?
I can't comment on that other than to say that he was under the home when he was located.
Friends of the couple say they were involved in some sort of lawsuit against the ranch. Do you know anything about that? Can you talk about that?
I don't have any information on that.
Does the suspect have a prior record?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Was the ranch on lockdown? I noticed a lot of cars coming through this morning, so were they able to return to their homes?
The residents that aren't in the immediate area of the suspect and the victim's home were still on site while we were doing the search last night, and they've been able to remain on site. The area immediately surrounding his home was evacuated, but those residents are back now.
And just to clarify, were all three of them members of the resort? Did they live within the premises of the resort?
The victims and the suspect?
Correct.
Yes, they were all residents here.
All residents of the resort.
Yes.
And do we know how long they had been staying here? They look like permanent residents?
I don't know. I don't know how long they've been here. I believe it's been some time.
What happens now in the investigation?
Currently, we are trying to locate the victims. At that point, then we'll move on from there. But right now, our concentration is on first making the structure safe so that we can enter it, and then using the cadaver dogs and our search team to locate the victims.
Have relatives, family members, close family members been in touch with you throughout this week of searching while their loved ones have been missing?
As part of the investigation, I know that detectives did speak with family members of the couple.
Are they local?
I don't know that.
Is there a reason you believe they're deceased? Is it because they've been missing for so long, or is there something specific that they are?
We have information to make us believe that they're deceased.
And is that the dog as well? Like, was the dog recovered?
We don't have any word on Cuddles, their dog.
So yesterday when you went in with the heavy equipment and were kind of tearing down and going in, you didn't know that he was beneath the home at the time. Can you talk a little bit? I know you were concerned about the safety of the officers. Was there a fear that he was kind of lying there somewhere in wait for those officers?
We believed that he was in the home, and as a precaution, we used the equipment to make the entry and search the home.
And you believe the murder took place here on the property?
I don't have any information on where the murder occurred, but we do believe that the bodies are here on the property.
So backtrack just a little bit. How was it exactly when he voluntarily surrendered? What was he inside his property? Was he under a tunnel under the property? Can you just walk us through that a little bit more?
He was underneath the home on his property, and we located him during the search and negotiated with him to exit.
Was he in the process of doing something in particular while he was under his property?
I don't know.
Was it more of a crawl space type thing, or just where the tunnels?
I'm not going to comment on exactly what it is.
To be clear, you don't know where the bodies are. You're going to be conducting a search today to figure that out.
We are conducting a search using cadaver dogs and search teams. We believe the bodies are on his property, but we haven't confirmed that.
Has he led you to believe that? Has he
From authorities on a story that just kept getting more bizarre as the days went on, and now it appears to have taken a tragic turn. Just giving an update in the case of this missing Inland Empire couple arresting a neighbor for the murder of the couple. Authorities believe the bodies are somewhere on the property, they say, and the suspect was arrested. Some negotiation involved there. Apparently they found him underneath his own property, but arrested without incident.
They're still looking for the bodies, which leads to many more questions. That suspect's home was, well, it looked like demolished, right, once police arrived. And the suspect did surrender and confessed, and this is why they're calling it a murder.
Right.
So many questions still, obviously. And their car was found, if you may recall.
Their car was found. The couple had been missing for about a week, which raised initial big-time suspicions.
With their belongings in the home.
Right.
Cell phone, keys, wallet, that sort of thing.